Hey everyone, welcome to My Story Episode 3. This episode will be on school issues that a lot of people may have had, including bullying and other school issues that I've had through my years in school. We're going to start out with one of the issues that I personally never really had to deal with, but it is a serious issue, and that's bullying. I, was bullied in some senses, but in the most cases I really wasn't. And what I mean by that is disabilities kind of caused a little bit of labels for me in school. But besides that, nothing really. But a lot of this happened for me when I was in public school, which was obviously Newport. And, I mean, it wasn't like kids would really just pick on me because of that. It was just like whispers here and there. I mean, it wasn't really bullying, but still, it is a serious issue. And if you are getting bullied, I highly suggest telling someone, like a school teacher or a family member or someone that can actually help you get this figured out, because bullying is a very serious issue, and in some states it is actually starting to be against the law, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, we need to have some type of label behind us that allows us to actually feel safe inside a public school building, and if that's what needs to be done to do that, then definitely we need to do that. But besides bullying, there's other school issues that I've had that I want to discuss with you guys real quick. And so, again, it pretty much all started in 3rd grade. And I'll be honest with you, the school staff that in my public school, when I was in 3rd grade for Newport Elementary, I'm pretty sure that at least maybe 80% of them really did not like me. More specifically, the principal did not like me because I would literally fight the principal. I don't remember his name really, but I remember him and the one situation in particular, he was trying to make me go to class, and I said I wasn't going in the school building. And he said, because he got frustrated with me, because he said about, I don't want to listen, I'm not going to listen. Well, my mom and them were there, and he had told me, he said that he's calling my counselors and all this and that and the other thing if I don't go into school. Well, I said go right ahead, because I wasn't really, like, at that time I was like, okay, whatever. And then he had stated, okay, well, I'm done with you. You are not worth my time, pretty much. Well, then the guidance counselor came out of the school, and this is Gant, I believe her name was, and she was trying to talk to me, and I still wasn't going into the school building. And then he came out and he said, can I talk to you? And I was mad at the time, so I had replied, no, you said you're done with me, get away from me. And that's really all I remember about that situation. But me and the principal did not get along in either the middle school or the high school or even elementary. Because when I moved up to the middle school, it was me and the principal there, and the middle school principal was different than the elementary school principal. He and I actually won almost fist fought, because he always had a bad habit. Okay, when I'm in like an elevated state, like mad or upset or something like that, one thing I cannot stand is when someone will be like in your face, like constantly like that. And he was one of them people that were like that. He was constantly getting in my face saying about, you're gonna listen to me, this, that, and the other thing. Well, then 90% of the time, I would swing, or I would throw my backpack at him. And he didn't like that. It only actually got me detention once, though. I'll be surprised. I've only ever got detention from that once. But multiple times, even my counselors would even tell you, if I'm in an elevated state, let him alone. And the school, Newport, did not comprehend that. And multiple times the counselors have told him that. Multiple times that the staff really didn't want to listen. I think that the staff at Newport Middle School and Elementary School, and I'd hate to say this because I'm not taking them or talking really bad about them, but I honestly say that one, it wasn't the place for me, and two, at the time when I went to school there, I don't know how they are now, but it's been years since I've been there, but that staff there was absolutely, some of the teachers were fine, some of the teachers were great and that, but a lot of the staff there really did not know how to handle with anybody with disabilities. I mean, all these staff members pretty much wanted to do was right away, okay, well, we're calling your counselor, we're calling children and youth, we're calling this, we're calling that, and we're calling the police, we're calling this because he doesn't want to listen. That's pretty much what it was. And there was a lot of issues in Newport. I remember when I was in Newport schooling, there was a bomb threat. I remember, and a lot of the families were coming into the school because they were worried about their children, which is common sense. And we were all on the football field, which was a fake bomb threat anyways. But there was a lot of issues that went down in Newport that I remember that weren't necessarily the best for schooling. But all I can say at this point is I'm not downgrading the school. It is a great school. But I think some of the staff members, I don't know if they're still there or not, but really needed to learn how to deal with disabilities better, in my opinion. And that's the truth about that. But then after I left Newport, it was pretty much all good. And when I went to PA Distance, it was pretty much really, really all good. I had a few issues here and there, but their staff really did help with disabilities. They really did. I mean, they obviously knew what was going to happen and what truly was. They were truly there to try to help me. And I honestly say if it wasn't for them, most times I honestly thought I was going to drop out of school, which is another issue because a lot of people nowadays are dropping out of school because they don't really have that support. They don't feel like they have that background of someone helping them. And that's a shame because our school systems are trying to help teach these young people, including myself at that time, to learn some essential information that might be needed down the line, like your mathematics and reading and stuff like that, that you might have to do later on down the line for future jobs and etc. And as I stated, Newport really didn't want to worry about the people with disabilities. They were just kind of pushing them off onto other people. And I didn't understand at the time why, but Newport truly, in my opinion, I don't know if they changed or not, as I stated, because I haven't been there since 7th grade, but in my opinion, they really needed to work on their skills with people that might have disabilities. And then PA Distance, when I went there, as I stated, it was really good. I mean, they really knew how to work with their students and knew how to work and what their students' strengths were and their students' weaknesses and senses that they would know that they could need help with. And their staff was really, really great with that. But some other school issues that I've had was altercations with teachers, but that was pretty much fixed in a few minutes. I mean, there was times in even Newport School or even PA Distance where I've had disagreements with my teachers, but ultimately it ended up being fixed. But the point is, these teachers are here for a reason. And these teachers are there to help you. So if there's an issue at any type of school issue, you need to please go tell a teacher, a parent, someone that you guys can trust in the school building or outside of the school building, especially if there's bullying involved or anything like that that's involved. So with that said, this one was not as long as the other ones, but I want to say that, as I already stated before, my stories will be happening every Monday. Next Monday's My Story will be My Story, episode number 4, and it will be on breakups. So that's something that everyone pretty much has to deal with, and this was some of the things that everyone has to deal with in school situations. But I do have one more thing I want to talk about with the school situations, but so I don't forget, just remember that every Monday now is going to be my stories. But the last school subject I wanted to talk about is tests. And the reason why I wanted to talk about them is because a lot of the students have test phobia, which is where they're afraid of taking tests because of situations that may have happened where they failed, or they're afraid of failing, or afraid of letting someone down. If that's the case, I've learned if you're open with the teacher about it, then they will help you. I mean, there was times where I was very scared about tests, and I let the teachers know about the situation, and they were understanding about the situation, and they obviously didn't really help me with the test, but they helped me calm down and reassure me that everything's going to be okay. As long as you try your best and do your best work, that's really all that matters. Anyways, with that said, that's the end of this video, the end of this My Story episode. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, please share these videos. It can really help someone down the line. That's all I'm really trying to do. Anyways, with that said, remember every Monday's a new My Story. Next My Story will be on breakups. And as always, feel free to share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Peace.